I'm going to say let's get started. I wanted to welcome you all. My name is Kelly Hoffman Davis. I'm the president of the Mavericks Community Foundation, the foundation that hosts Coastside Gives every year. I appreciate all of you coming to this today, especially in light of the tragedy that has affected our community this week. And I wanted to take a moment of silence before we got started to recognize the 7 individuals who innocently lost their lives and all of the numerous families and community members that have been affected. So if we can all just take a quick minute before we get started. Okay. Again, thank you all very much for coming. Coastside Gives is such an important event here on the Coastside so that we are able to support community members when tragedies like this happen and when tragedies don't happen. Our nonprofits are really the backbone of our community, and so we are very appreciative that you are here. We also know that because of what's going on, there was conflicts with people being able to come to this meeting. And so we are making other accommodations. If you know of another nonprofit that wasn't able to come or has additional questions, please reach out to us and we will help get you the resources so that you are comfortable with the new software. We have spent our off season finding a new platform for Coastside Gives, which we are very excited to share with all of you and feel like you are really going to find it useful and easy to use, and a new tool in your own toolbox for fundraising. And so the purpose of this meeting is to kind of go over all those new tools and features and introduce you to some of the Mavericks team members and Mighty Cause team members that'll help you through the process. And then next week, we will have our official kickoff meeting that goes over more of the nuts and bolts of what Coastside Gives is. And today's meeting will really just focus on the software. So without further ado, I'm going to pass this over to Kelsey.
Thank you, Kelly. Welcome, everyone. I am so excited to once again be our program manager for Coastside Gives. So we're so glad you guys could make it. And again, anyone who can't, we understand. And this will be posted. Like Kelly mentioned, we have a new platform, Mighty Cause, and so far it has been absolutely amazing. I know some of you have logged in and looked around already. Some of you have not. But today we're going to do a deep dive and I'm going to introduce Ellen Goudet. She is our Mighty Cause representative, and she's going to go through the platform. And just remember, as you're going along, any questions, that coordinator at maverickscommunityfoundation.org, that's going to come to me. So I'm here to assist you if after this presentation or anywhere along the way, you guys have any questions, comments, anything, feel free to reach out. So Ellen, I'll let you take it from here.
All right. Okay. I'm going to share my screen and get this started. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Ellen Goudet and I am with Mighty Cause. So for a little bit of background, since all and most of you are new to Mighty Cause, it is a fully functional nonprofit fundraising suite that organizations use 365 days a year to raise money for their causes. We've been around since about 2006 and power many local, regional, and national giving events. So we are very excited to be your guys' platform for this year's Coastside Gives. And we're here to support you in any way that you need us. So a look at today's agenda. So today we're going to go over some of the basics. We'll talk through getting started on the platform, customizing your organization's profile on the platform. We're also going to go into some key dates and where you can find all and any information you may need. So if there's anything that we didn't cover that you have questions about, or if there's something that pops up while I'm on a slide, you can definitely pop that in the Q&A and I'll try to get to it then. If not, I will hopefully get to it at the end of the presentation. And also if there are some questions that kind of keep coming up, then we'll either create something to help everyone to answer that, or we'll just keep an eye on all of those as well. So for the day, registration is open. We'll go over registration a little bit more in depth, but I just wanted to emphasize that it closes on February 8th. Early giving begins March 1st, and it is a 24-hour giving day, which starts on March 4th at midnight and will end at 11:59 p.m. that on May 4th. Did I say March? May 4th. All right, so just kind of a little bit on how a giving day works. So you will compete with other nonprofits, organizations to win prizes, leaderboards, and bonus challenges. You will spread awareness of your mission and work. You will work collectively to raise your money for your events and causes, engage sponsors, community partners, and peer-to-peer fundraising, and more. So what does your nonprofit need to do to participate? So to participate this year in Coastside Gives, you'll want to apply by completing your registration form at coastsidegives.org. Once you've registered, you can customize your profile page on Mighty Cause and start planning for your campaign. You'll want to review resources available to you on the nonprofit toolkit, as well as reading through the official rules and anything other information that we have up on that site. You can invite people to get involved in your organization to participate in peer-to-peer fundraising. We have all of these tools in order for you to be successful on May 4th. So to register your nonprofit, you will be a very short registration form if you've already not filled it out. For our organizations who have participated in the past, once you have registered or have gotten on your organization page, you will see that there are most of your information has been brought over from the previous platform. So the only things that you will need to update are just your logo, if you want to make it more specific for Coastside Gives, or your banner image, but then there's a lot more information you can add. We definitely recommend going through all of that in order to update your profile. So the registration form is super simple. As you all see, you will click that register button and it takes you through the form, and you will answer all of those questions. And you should have approval within 24 to 48 hours, and you will receive that approval email as well. So navigating your dashboard. So once you've filled out and submitted your registration form and you have been approved, the next step is to complete your page. There are a few basic items that we do recommend you complete. You will want to hopefully add a background image. We do have a gallery of stock images uploaded already if there's something that you don't believe will fit. Your logo should be uploaded unless you are a new organization. You will want to upload a logo since this will represent you throughout Coastside Gives. Add a story, which is also called a description, to tell visitors about your profile, about your nonprofit. Build a thank you page that donors will see once their donation transaction is completed, and you will want to make sure that you really customize that checkout flow as well. If you have any questions while navigating this, you can reach out to support@mightycause.com. I'll have all of that information as well at the end of this presentation. But just as this sometimes seems a little overwhelming, you will have plenty of people supporting you along the way. We also recommend taking some time to get to know your dashboard. Your dashboard is in the admin section that appears on the left side of the screen on your organization page. When you log in, you'll automatically land on the overview section, which is where you'll find your to-do list as well as the metrics for your nonprofit. Beneath the overview section is the organization page section, where you can customize your public-facing organization page by toggling on and off edit mode, and include page metrics, adding a goal for your giving day to enable a progress bar on your page. Also below that, you will find your reports, as well as your matching grants tools. I think definitely that checkout section on your organization page is definitely one of the most important sections. This allows you to customize your organization's checkout flow, like your donation form and your thank you page. And lastly, you can manage your nonprofit settings, like you can customize your URL. If your organization name is a little long, you can make that shorter, as well as a few other things. So jumping in to your overall profile for Coastside Gives, your profile is the face of your nonprofit for this challenge. So you'll want to make sure it looks good and represents you well. Just so you know, your profile link is the link that you will share with your supporters to ask them to donate to your page. So you will want to share your exact URL that you will find through your page. That will be what you want to include in all of your social media, all of your emails, and anything else that you are sending out for your campaign. So as you're going through your to-do list, you'll want to customize your profile to match your brand. You can change your theme color to match your logo, upload media to your gallery, and to add any other visual interests to your page. In your story, you can put your mission statement, you can add photos and videos. Just as a note, you'll want to upload those videos to YouTube or Vimeo first, but then you can embed them into your story so people can watch them there. This spot is really where you can go in depth about your work, anything that this challenge may specifically help your organization with for this year. You can tell them why your organization needs their support and show the impact of your work. So I would definitely spend some time customizing this profile, because the more work you put into it, chances are the better you will do during this challenge. You can have the best campaign strategy in the world, but if your profile, the page where people will actually make their donations, looks like it hasn't seen any love, you may end up losing some donors. So from the migration, you all, if you're migrated over, you will have your existing logo, but I still want to show you in case you want to update it for the challenge. The pencil icon to the right of the logo is where you can simply edit and upload a new logo. The logos need to have a 1-to-1 aspect ratio to fit. This is kind of the same aspect ratio to many other social media platforms. So if you have a logo that you use for Facebook or Twitter, anything like that, that logo should work for this page as well. You'll also want to upload a background image. You will want to make sure that it doesn't clash with your logo. We do, as I mentioned earlier, have some generic gallery images. There will be an image that's up there already. But if there's something that represents your organization better, please upload that logo as well. You can also change your overall color to fit your organization's theme color. The theme color allows you to pick a consistent color that will show throughout your page. It's also very easy to set. Just click the palette icon on the background image and it'll open up that section for editing. You can pick a color from the color box provided, or you can use a hex code to get the exact color you would like for your theme. So since you are smaller, this is kind of a change for you all, where you do have the ability to log in to multiple organizations with your same email. So kind of with the organization page, when you log in, you can see my lovely image of Ellen right here at the top corner. When you simply click on your name, and you see organizations here, you will see all the organizations that you manage. So once you are logged on to Coastside, gives.org, and you log in here, simply see organization, and then you'll be able to see all the organizations you manage and can easily click from org to org. I also wanted to talk about your page metrics. So you can choose which page metrics you would like to display, whether you are focusing on dollars or donors raised, what you think will motivate your donors most, you can decide. So you can set your fundraising goal and add the progress bar to your page. You will also want to set the date to run during the challenge. So starting on your early giving, March 1st, unless you want it to just be day of, you'll set it to May 4th. We also have the ability to have giving activity, which you can toggle on, which will show your donors in real time donating to your page as well. And that is simply on your organization page, you will just see the add giving activity, and you click that on and you can see your donors activity as it comes in real time. So the About section of your page is your chance to explain what your nonprofit is all about. The text editor is right in the section, so all you have to do is just click into the section and start writing. You can add media to your story to jazz things up, utilize the inline text editor to add links, upload images. You can link your videos from, once again, YouTube or Vimeo. They'll get embedded into your story, so people visiting your profile can just simply check them out within the section. You can also add bulleted or numbered lists. This spot is really where you can go in depth about your work and make a strong appeal to donors. One very cool piece of your profile is the ability to add custom tabs. So if you have any extra info you want to share that doesn't necessarily make sense to put in your story, you can create a custom tab to add that information to your nonprofit while keeping everything a little bit more organized and easy to find. You can add anything you'd like to that custom tab, information about upcoming events, frequently asked questions, information about your staff or acknowledgements, resources, and links to any more information you might want to add. And you can create up to 3 custom tabs. So the media gallery on your organization's profile page is where you'll be able to add any additional images you have to your organization. It's really a great way to visually show donors what your organization does and where these funds are going. You can also connect your organization's Instagram, which imports the pictures you already have there, and then connecting your Facebook or Instagram accounts not only provides additional content, but it also lets people coming to your page know that you do use social media. So then hopefully they will follow you and continue to follow you. You can optimize your social share settings within the settings section on the Mighty Cause Manager. Basically what that means is that you can standardize the social template whenever someone shares your campaign. So set a standard logo, a little blurb that you want to be shared when they send it out. And you can even add a hashtag. So when people send that out, that will also populate in that section. Since all of your information was migrated over from the previous platform, you guys also will already have some access to previous donations. So you can access your challenge's donation report in the reports section of your dashboard. So clicking on that section will give you a submenu where you can choose from various reports available to you. Your donation report will be available to you in real time and include information like the donor's name, email, any designations or dedication options you have, the gross net amount of their donation, as well as fees associated. You'll also know what page they donated to if you created any fundraisers. the information you set up to collect during the checkout flow will also show on your donation report. So for example, if you added a question, like you wanted to collect phone numbers or addresses from your donors, when you set up that checkout flow, those answers will show up in your donation report. So for past participants, you will also have access to the donor retention report. So donors who are given to your organization in the past are kind of low-hanging fruit. So we think this is kind of one of the most important reports. So you can set up specific donor retention goals and wrap donor retention into your overall goal for the event. So you will be able to see who has previously donated to you, to be able to reach out to those people and remind them of Coastside Gives. Donor retention is low across nonprofit sectors. So almost less than half of these donors are retained. So if you make it a goal to at least retain 40% of your donors from 2022 to 2023, that is an incredible goal and definitely motivating for your organization. So the next item you will want to customize is your organization's checkout flow. This is located within your checkout section on the dashboard. The checkout flow is what your donors experience when they make a donation to your organization. The first part to customize are your checkout steps. This is probably one of the more important features to focus on when you're setting up your organization's profile page. The checkout flow section will give you a lot of control over the donation process for your organization on Mighty Cause. So it allows you to opt in collecting the information you want from donors, like addresses and phone numbers. You can also set up custom questions or custom donation suggestions as well. You can also add descriptions to this, like $50 will buy a desk for a kid, or if anything specific to those dollar amounts, you can add those in. The checkout steps within your checkout flow also allows you to preview the entire checkout process without actually making a test donation. So you can see what that final process looks like and use that to edit yourself if needed. The post checkout section within your checkout flow is where you'll go to set up your thank you page and customize your donation receipt, both of which use the same text editor as your story on your profile. So you can add text, links, a video image, or you can also add a custom CTA button that can tell donors what you would like them to do as far as next steps. A cool idea would be, for instance, asking them to just sign up for your email list. You can also customize your organization's donation receipt within the post checkout section. This customization you can set appears above the tax-deductible donation receipt that gets sent out automatically after a donor completes their donation on your site. There's a lot you can do in the checkout flow tool to optimize your campaign and customize the checkout process for donors. I definitely recommend taking some time to set this up for your donors so they get that customized experience from you all. I do want to talk about one of our fundraising tools, our matching grants tool. So in the fundraising tools section on your dashboard is where you will find the matching grants tool. As I'm sure many of you know, having a matching grant from a donor or corporate sponsor can go a long way in driving donations. So I want to make sure you're aware of this tool in Mighty Cause. A matching grant is something your organization secures and sets up on your own. So this tool allows you to display a matching grant you've worked to secure on your organization's profile page. So the matching grants tool is very versatile. While a lot of matches are one-to-one, where if someone gives you that amount, the exact amount is matched. You can also do a 2-to-1, a 3-to-1, or match a percentage of each donation. Our matching grants tool does the math for you. So all you have to do is choose how you want that secured, how you want to get your match secured. You can also apply a match when a certain number of donations have been received. So for instance, if there's a power hour available for the most individual donations, you could say that if you get 100 donations within the hour, you'll get an additional 1,000 for your nonprofit, or however your matching grant is set up, to help you actually drive donation volume and traffic. The matching grants tool allows you to post multiple grants at the same time and also in sequence. So you can set up a bunch of matching grants that fire one after another one has been matched. So while that might sound like a lot, the tool itself is very user-friendly, and you do have a lot of flexibility in how you structure your match. I would highly suggest checking out the tool to see kind of what your possibilities could be and start brainstorming some fundraising ideas. And of course, if you get overwhelmed with all the possibilities, just setting it up as a one-to-one match is simple and easy and also always effective. So the last section on your dashboard is the settings. So if you click it open on the sub menu, where you can update your organization's settings, you can customize your organization's URL, manage your some other funds to set up during the campaign, and you can also update your legal information or add or remove any admins from your account. So once again, admins were also something that was migrated over for you all. So if someone has left or you need to add someone else in, you can do that there as well, or also once again reach out to support@mightycause.com and we will happily help you get some people added or removed if necessary. I do want to bring up our nonprofit toolkit. So the nonprofit toolkit has tips and tricks, some frequently asked questions, some walkthroughs. This is where you'll also be able to find this recording as well as the registration for the next webinar. And we will be adding logos and graphics and any more information. It will be updated quite often, so I would check back every once in a while, and I'm sure we will also notify you when more information is added to the toolkit. So yes, jot this down. We want you to use our support team. They're a great resource before and during the challenge for anything campaign related. If you need help setting up your organization page, if you need help figuring out how to strategize around bonuses, or you're struggling with your matching grants, please reach out to support@mightycause.com. Email is definitely, I think, the fastest way for them to just kind of get right back to you. But they are available Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So yes, please use them. They will happily help you with any questions that come up. I also wanted to tease the next webinar. So the link is on coastsidegives.org in that toolkit, as well as on the timeline. So please sign up, and we will be going more into strategy for the campaign to help win you guys some money, and anything else that is campaign related. We will bring up in that meeting, talk about peer-to-peer fundraising, and just really delve into more strategy. So any questions?
I was answering a few along the way, Ellen.
Yeah, I was really impressed. I was like, they're disappearing as they pop up.
Yeah. How do our donors from 2022 get a donation receipt in case they lost the one that was sent? So old donation receipts.
Yes. So you can reach out to support and they can resend receipts for you. and they can also reach out to support as well, because they will have all that information. So kind of, you can send your donors to support as well. During the challenge, we will have support there specifically, mostly for donors on May 4th. So if any donors have any questions, support@mightycause.com is also very happy to help.
Great. We have another question. Wanda, when should we start setting this up? Now. Yeah. If you're a returning org, we have migrated information. There was a handful of people who already had Mighty Cause pages. If that was the case, we did not migrate your information because we did not want to interfere with any existing fundraisers you had going. But for the most part, if you're a returning org, your information was migrated over. If you're new, get started, sign on. Now is the time. Registration's happening. The more time you give yourself, the better we can answer questions along the way. So definitely just, log on and start looking around. Let's see, what is the max size of the banner image? What are the dimensions?
So it's 3:1. I can look up the pixel size if necessary, but yes, 3:1. So pretty similar to what, your image would be for your Facebook or anything else like that as well.
Okay. Let's see. I think so. Let's see. On the reg form, we are asked to check only 3 categories describing our organization. How will this information be used on the platform?
So we'll be in a few sections. So it will be on your page, as well as when people are searching on the day. We have a pretty extensive search. So if people are searching for, let's say, just community organizations, and you click community organizations, then your organization will pop up on that search as well. Yes.
Let's see here. We're one of the orgs with another profile. Does that mean our Coastside Gives donors haven't been moved over?
So you've used Mighty Cause in the past, so your donors will be moved over. We just didn't do anything to change your page from when you used it previously. So you may want to update it for more Coastside if it was used specifically for a campaign, but your donors will be moved over.
Question, as far as the categories, can you be listed beyond 3 categories? And I don't believe so.
No, we maxed it at 3. So you will receive your donor information by going to that donor report. And then it'll download as an Excel file, and you can get it into your database however is easiest for you.
Okay. Let's see here. How will we receive the donor information to import into our own database? It's all on your profile, right, Ellen? So it's on the back end.
Yep.
It's all been migrated. So you just need to go into your profile, and there's whatever past information is there for you. Let's see. What proof of operating budget is required to determine the registration fee? So that's a good thing I wanted to touch on. Is a lot of you may have noticed we did change the registration fees. We've changed it based on matching your budget, operating budget. So this is something a lot of other Gives Days do, and we felt that it did make sense to have a registration fee that more closely matched operating budgets for different organizations. We are trusting you guys. You don't need to send proof exactly. We're trusting that you are going to know what your operating budget is and report it accurately for us. So that's that. Let's see. What else? How is the 250 word limit description of org on the reg form used? Should be aligning it with our story. So the registration, those are going to be your giving guide questions. So if you remember from years past, we do have a limit on your giving guide write-up because of the size of the page. So that is why there is a 250 word limit, is that information will be what is going on your profile printed page in the giving guide. Okay. If we had a Mighty Cause account before, is there a way to migrate all the info from last year anyway?
I do believe we still have access to it, but it's not all your donor information will still be migrated over, but I would say your story information, yeah, I believe we can find access. You can reach out to support or Kelsey, and we'll work with you to try to figure that out as well.
I was just gonna say, there's only a handful of those organizations, I want to say 5, that had that hiccup. And so if you are one of those 5 and you have questions about how to get the information over, or very specific information that you want taken over, why don't you reach out to Kelsey directly, and then we can work with Mighty Cause and Kelsey to get you exactly what you want.
And just to clarify, for those 5 organizations that already had profiles on the Mighty Cause platform, we didn't do that migration because some of those orgs had current fundraisers going on. So we didn't want to disrupt any sort of live fundraising that was in progress. So yeah, exactly what Kelly said. If you are one of those orgs, reach out directly to Kelsey and we can go from there to see how we can support you with crossing over that information.
Yeah. I do see a question. I did the whole registration, checked all the boxes. Now what? So basically, if you have logged in, you've paid your registration fee, you've started filling out your profile, really, just keep adding to your profile. Next steps are our orientation. So we're having our orientation next week. It is Wednesday at the Half Moon Bay Library at 10 a.m. This is a mandatory orientation, so we will be gathering in person, and that's going to be the next steps. And we're going to talk about the campaign as a whole, important timeline items, which are available as well on the website in your toolkit. And then we have our training that Ellen mentioned on the 15th. So definitely be sure to log in for that. You will need to register just like you did for this webinar. So make sure to register in advance. And then, we will be training you up on some other ways to fundraise. So those are the next steps, and really just making sure that your profile is visible and searchable. If you go to coastsidegives.org and you search for your org and it's not popping up, that means you need to consult your to-do list and there's something missing. So just make sure to do that. And then check in with us on the 1st. We're excited to see everyone in person. One more question. Is the 250 limit org description on the registration page editable after we finish? No, you'll be able to fill out other information like your story, which is not going to have a limit. That is just really specifically for the giving guide. So it needs to be a 250 limit just for that question, but you will have plenty of places on your profile to write much more than that in your story and your programs and all of those things.
Also, as you're going through registration, please read the language at each question or each heading. It is stated there exactly what is connected to the giving guide, and so that you will know that that is going to be finalized, that you will not be able to edit that section. So as you work your way through registration, you are being flagged about what sections or what areas are going to be final copy.
Yeah. Thanks, Amber. Repeat the date and time of the mandatory meeting. Next Wednesday, 10 a.m., the Half Moon Bay Library. It's in the community room. We do have one other mandatory in-person meeting, which will be March 29th, I believe. Yep, March 29th at the library, 10 a.m. We tried to make it very consistent as far as the dates and times of our meetings. And so, you know, usually they're going to be you know, if they're in person, they're going to be at the library at 10 a.m. in the community room. So all of that information again is on the NPO toolkit on the website. Every meeting that we have, how to register for the webinars. So definitely check that out. We've put a lot of time and effort into putting a lot of great resources for you guys on that page.
And we're so excited to be able to have a couple in-person meetings again. It's been a couple years since we've been able to experience that, and the value of all being in a room together and being able to collaborate and share ideas and see each other face to face and work together. That's part of the magic of Coastside Gives, is the unity between all the nonprofits. So we're so excited that we're able to gather again. I know a couple people have sent me messages saying that they have a conflict for the mandatory meetings. Just do your best to try and find someone from your organization that can relay back some of the information. All right. I think that the questions have kind of slowed down now. I really did want to just take a moment to thank Kelsey. She is an amazing resource for our community and the Mavericks Community Foundation. I also want to take a second. I don't think Amber was formally introduced. She's our executive director here at the Mavericks Community Foundation and also an amazing resource for you. We are so excited to be hosting this again and look forward to talking to everybody and seeing you in person next week.